What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's feeling fine. Like some good-ass wine. Just checking everything. Yo, what up, Game Tech Planet? What up, Jojo Narak on the block? Hey, let's get it. Glad you guys are here. Hope you guys feeling dusty. So we're here. We're gonna do a little, I say little. We're gonna do a Starfield direct revisit and breakdown. I'm gonna play the video. And then we'll like go through it, give our 2 cents here and there. Everyone must play Starfield. Damn straight, Game Tech. GTP. How you feeling, baby? Hope you feeling good, big bro. Yeah. Hope everybody's feeling good. Right now I have the Starfield animated shorts playing. I'm calling this a sequel to the Cyberpunk 2077 release, a Microsoft remix. Working on the GFN news vid. LOL. It's a big one. Hey, it better be a big one. I'm expecting surprises. Like when GFN says there's supposed to be surprises, that's not what's included in the blog news. That's like what's that's like outside of it. But this better be some big news. It better be some Halo, some Forza. I don't give a crap what it is. You said it's a big one, and you know me. That's gonna make me think a million ass things. So shit. Let's get it. All right. So let's get into the Starfield Direct, shall we? Because it's a long one, and we are gonna pause it through on certain parts, and give our 2 cents. Of course, if you guys got anything to say in the chat, we'll give you the floor. You know what I'm saying? But thank you so much for being here. Whether you're catching the replay or you're catching the live, you know the vibe. Hit subscribe, give a like. Now let's get into it. Yeah. All right. So let's turn this down. All right. Get that queued up. Looking good. Get the 4K going. All right. Even though the stream is in hold on a second. I got music going in the background still. All right. So even though the stream is in 4K, or not the stream, the content is in 4K, the stream is in 1080p. But hopefully that gives some sort of gives like a better quality. I don't know. So GTP says he's working on the news for GFN Thursdays. That's tomorrow morning, Thursday. Every morning at 6 a.m. PST, PDT, whatever you want to say. Last game that came out on my B-Day I was hyped for was Destiny 2. Oh, that's a good one to have come out on your birthday. I don't know. I mean, I don't know about Destiny 2 now, but I mean, when it first came out, that's dope. I'm not hating. I'm just. But anyway, let's get into this Starfield Direct, shall we? Let me know if the volume is too loud or not loud enough. Oh, that's awesome, Jojo. Hell yeah. Oh, wait. Oops. Hold on. I just realized I have sound going, but I do not have this. Hold on 1 second. Copy that. Paste. Nice. Okay. Let's try this again, shall we? Let me know if the volume is too low or too loud. And let me know if me talking is too low or too loud. How's the volume of the video?
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us today and welcome to Bethesda Game Studios. You know, we've been so lucky over the decades to make the kind of games that we love here, and that's thanks to all of you. From the Elder Scrolls to Fallout, we love creating these worlds and playing in them just as much as you do. And throughout all that time, we'd often talk about and dream up the space game. What if we could take that feeling of being who you want to be and exploring a new world, but set it in space, where you weren't really limited in where you could go or what you could do? And that is Starfield. Obviously, we've come a long way since then with the games we've built, our technology, and all of us here in the studio.
Oh, come on,
We've done
JoJo.
so much together, but, well, we've never tried to make a game like this. Today, you'll get to hear from many on the team and see so much of what we think makes our game special. So let's
So I just want to say I am absolutely hyped for this game right now. Like, no, you're good. You're good, brother. You make me laugh, so it's all G. But I'm absolutely hyped for this game. Like, I know JoJo said, you know, like, yeah, you might try it, you know, and whatnot. But for me, it's like, as somebody who just loves sci-fi and has always just wanted to explore the universe in front of us and has loved shows like Star Trek, obviously Star Wars, not shows, but, well, yeah, shows like Star Trek, movies like Star Wars, shows like The Expanse, Babylon 5, you know, just growing up over these different things over the years within sci-fi, even nowadays with Foundation on Apple TV. This is just the type of game that's right up my alley. Like, if you are a sci-fi lover and somebody who is into wanting to know what goes beyond the stars, and you wanted the closest, in a sense, quote unquote, representation of that within like some virtual space that you could engage in, Starfield. You know, why not Starfield? I'm not trying to think of this game as like a Bethesda game or compare this game to any other game. I'm just thinking of this as a sci-fi epic that I cannot wait to just dive into and get lost in and figure out what it is that I can do and can't do, and what I can explore and find and can't find. And I don't know. This game is just huge on such a massive scale.
jump in and take a look. Starfield is our first new universe.
Game Tech Planet says, good thing with Game Pass, PC, and Xbox, anyone can try it, and who knows, it may surprise you and hook you. That is very true. He also says, we have a freaking Xbox channel. Let's be a lot more positive, man. Yeah, JoJo, dang it. JoJo says, it looks cool, but I'm not seeing anything that's going to suck me in, keep me wanting to come back. I might try it and love it, just not seeing it right now. He also says, I could do an unpopular opinion on Starfield. I mean, but as long as you keep it, you know, like, because my thing is, you can't judge it too much without fully knowing it. And my thing is, I get what you're saying. Like, you're not super hooked right now because, like, there's nothing you've seen so far where it's like, this is going to keep you coming back. For me, what's going to keep me coming back is the fact that there's so much to explore. There's so much story to just build for your own character that is you. That's what's going to keep me coming back, is just the utter exploration of it, how realistic it's going to feel compared to something like No Man's Sky or even Star Trek Online. But I love Star Trek Online. Like, that was my shit. And you know, just things like that. Like, that's what it's going to do for me. You know what I'm saying? But I get where you're coming from. It's not like I don't see what you're saying. You know, it's going to take something like, once you try the game, what is it within the game itself that's going to keep somebody like you coming back, as opposed to somebody like me or GTP? You know what I'm saying?
In over 25 years, but it's still a Bethesda RPG through and through, where you step into a new world and you get
As long as you're with the fence
of unlimited possibilities. But this time, it's not just one world. It's over 1,000 worlds.
Like, how do you look at this and not want to just dive into it and find all of it? Like, look at this.
And it wasn't until now that we had the technology to create it. From the rocks at your feet, to the mountains in the distance, to the people and creatures that live in these worlds. That isn't just a backdrop. That moon is actually there orbiting the planet.
Okay.
Yes, you can
He's saying right here that you can visit this planet. Okay, now I'm speaking as a gamer who's a fan. I'm not speaking as a gamer who has all of the inside detail or all of the technical, you know, I mean, I know some tech stuff, you know, some of the ins and outs, you know, and whatnot. And I learn from my friends who know more than me, but I'm not your typical gamer on here on YouTube that knows all of the technicalities and ins and outs of all of this. All I know is what I like and what I want to play and what I want to explore and what I want to be engaged with. That's I'm your gamer fan. You know what I mean? That's what I'm here for. So the fact that he says right here that moon is not just a backdrop, but it's explorable beyond that, is just absolutely wild. Because even in Star Trek Online, there's many things in the background that you can see that when you're, you know, taking your ship around, but not all of it you can go to. So the fact that you can, what you see, you can go to and explore, that's insane. That's insane. Jojo No Rock says, I'm on the less crowded side of the fence, but I'm still near the fence. As long as you're near the fence. You know what I'm saying? He also says there's going to be some lore on each planet, a little storytelling to be had. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah. Obviously there's going to be a lot of barren planets, which I'm absolutely okay with. Like, I feel like this game is going off the knowledge that we have of the universe itself right now. You know what I mean? Like, there are some planets that could have had life or possibly have life, but then there's many planets that have absolutely nothing, but could be very resource heavy. Like, this is a game that's supposed to be based on realistic space exploration. Just give it all to me right now, please. He also says that's what hooks me into games like this, or go Dark Souls style and give me some badass bosses to fight. Dude, that's what this game is about. Create your own freaking story, bro. You want to go Dark Souls about it? F it. Do it. You know what I'm saying? This game has so many layers itself to your character alone that you can really just create your own path. You can be an outlaw, a space samurai, a space cop, somebody who doesn't give a damn about nothing. You can be somebody who's just like mute and doesn't talk to nobody and just keeps to himself and just explores through space. You can be somebody who has the biggest crew ever on his ship because he likes to have a party all the time. Like, you can be whatever you want in this game and then go wherever you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is Bethesda through and through. You know what I'm saying?
Visit it too. We realistically simulate the galaxy around you. Our next generation lighting model uses real-time global illumination to light the world based on the type of star and the makeup of the planet's atmosphere. We also have an all-new animation system. And of course, you can play it in third person.
Yes.
And you can play it in first person.
Thank you, God. Because I'm somebody who doesn't do well with first person the whole time.
We love exploration and rewarding it, but you do explore differently in this game given its scale.
I love being able
That
to switch
usually
back and
involves
forth.
exploring an area you've landed in. You can collect resources, do a mission, and maybe even stumble upon something unexpected.
Ah, the combat. Yeah, the combat that's coming up. I love that. That's so sick.
We do love stuff and all of the items allowing you to pick everything up, and you can view all that in your data menu. This is the hub for everything you're doing, from your skills to your ship, your missions, and your inventory.
Okay, so let's take a look at this real quick. By the way, if you guys want to buy me a coffee, go for it. Anyway, so moving on. Let's where, there we go. Let me remove this for a second. Okay, so let's look at this for a second. So we have a bunch of shit, right? Here's our health, here's our level. You know, we got like our certification skill points and all of that. So we got like like at this point in time, we got 3 skill points that we can spend. Here's our weapon that we're using, inventory. So I'm assuming these like different dots, obviously you can go over to select different things in the menu. Obviously there's a bunch of other videos out there. I'm just doing my own breakdown of what I'm seeing in front of me. I might remember something that somebody else talked about or shared, but if there's anything that you're like, why is he talking about it like this? Like he doesn't know. I'm just doing this off the cuff. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do this on my channel when the Starfield Direct first came out, but I didn't have my podcast ready at the time, so I didn't want to rush anything. And now that I'm finally doing it, this is just kind of how I'm handling it. So feel free to leave comments down below or some messages in the chat. Like I said, whether you're catching the replay or catching the live. And yeah, we'll just go from there. Let's see, Frontier. So I guess that's our ship. Surveyed. This is the planet that we're on, Porima. Porima 4? Abandoned mine. Okay. Nice. So about 44% of this planet, I guess, has been explored. It's about 4:54 in the evening or early evening. And then I'm assuming that this, you can't see my mouse, is your actual local, like, oh wait. I guess it's showing in-game time and actual local time of the planet you're on. I don't know. I could be wrong. But anyway, let's continue.
We love to pack a ton of detail in every object, from all of your weapons to spacesuits to food. We just obsess over the details, and food. We obsess over food.
It's so awesome.
When you're done exploring, you can walk back or fast travel to your ship. We have companions and crew. You can
hey, what's up, RSJ fam? Thank you for coming through. Hope
Welcome
you enjoyed the
Captain Howard.
revisit and breakdown.
And he can even say your name. Let's head out.
Our mission was to convey the wonder and majesty of space exploration, to evoke the romance of the golden age of early
Food?
spaceflight.
Like a survival
And we
game?
refer
Hell
to this
yeah,
approach
bitch!
as NASA Punk.
Sorry, I didn't mean to call you a
It's
bitch.
design
I love you.
language where the tech is
But yes,
advanced,
hell yes.
yet still looks surrounded
There is
and
food you can
relatable.
collect.
For us, it's a
I'm
contrast
sure
that's what
depending on the
visual interest is.
difficulty you
Obviously,
choose
the
for the
NASA,
game,
which is
for
the
your
rigid,
character,
hard function over style,
food would
and
probably
then
be
Punk,
essential,
which is
you know, to
all
making
about
sure you're
style.
like you're eating on
You can
time
see
and
that
drinking
visual
on time,
style
things like
coming
that.
through in your ship.
I'm just
Your ship is your
speculating, you know,
home
I could be
for
wrong.
you and your crew. And like many of the spaces in our game, it has a slightly retro and analog
I got excited,
touch.
sorry.
A bit of lo-fi rather than
Love you,
sci-fi,
JoJo.
where everything is well used, worn, and lived in.
Alrighty. What's the plan, Captain?
I just want to get you into this game, you know what I'm saying? I want you to explore with
This is your star
GTP and
map.
I.
It starts with the planet you're currently on. You can see all of its info and resources. You can choose a landing spot or fast travel.
Okay, so let's look at this really quick. So we're looking at Prima 4, moon of Prima 4, Prima system. So Prima 4 is the moon. Oh, wait. This is the moon of... oh, Prima 4C. Okay, cool. I'm trying to just understand this as I'm looking at it. We got the type, rock, gravity, 0.52 gravity, temperature, cold, atmosphere, thin air. The magnetosphere is weak, fauna is marginal, flora is marginal, and water is radioactive. So that's good to know, I guess, when it comes to searching for different like resources and whatnot. When you're studying these different planets, really pay attention to like the type of conditions that each planet has, because I'm assuming that you'll have different types of suits that you can wear for different planets you can go to. I could be wrong. Like I said, this is just speculation. And so when you see a certain planet, you know, and you're checking out its different elements and whatnot, you can probably dress accordingly, for lack of a better saying.
Travel to known locations.
As long as you
Backing
don't
out
start out
further,
punching
you
a
can view
space
all
tree
the
for 3
planets in the system.
hours.
Obviously, the game is big, and it's here
They'll have
you
to
can see planets.
RSJ fan says, they'll have to remind me to eat because that's how I am in real life, bruh. Oh, RSJ, did you have dinner? Just reminding you, real life.
That have key locations, missions, or life.
See, like, here we go. Designation, Prima 3, Prima system, type rock. This one has 2.01 gravity, temperature is still cold, atmosphere is thin. I think that M might be for marginal. Magnetosphere is average, fauna, flora, same. Water, but the water here is safe on Prima 3.
On them, versus the many planets that are.
These are just things I want to get used to, you know? Oh, hell yeah, you had dinner. Let's go.
All the systems in this part of the galaxy. Here, you can plot a course to ones that are light years away. This uses your ship's grav drive to fold space and jump to these systems. And you will need to upgrade your ship and skills if you want to jump to the most distant ones. But for now, we'll plot a course to the Alpha Centauri system, where we can find the city of New Atlantis.
Awesome. Oh, that's so sick. Like, look at this. Your own ship, navigation system. My first death in Ark was dying of thirst while I stood in the water trying to figure out how to drink. Oh, that's horrible.
Scan complete. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
So sick. I can't wait for early access.
In a city like New Atlantis, your eyes are guided upwards to just these boundless, vast buildings.
It's the biggest city we've ever made, not just in size, but also in the amount of custom art, crowds, and quests.
Like, look
So
at
the main
this.
focus when we're designing a city is obviously what supports the story. We try and tell as many small stories as possible.
This is a Colony War memorial.
It's a few moments of gameplay that make the space feel like it's full of real characters that are going about their day-to-day lives.
It's paralyzing if you really stop and think about it.
Buddy, it's coffee.
It's also where your adventure with Constellation begins.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
By the
up,
time you
girl?
meet them, Constellation is sort of seen as this mythical group. Most people don't even know they exist anymore. They're the last true explorers in the galaxy, and they're trying to find the answers to some of humanity's biggest questions.
The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. The artifact, if you could place it on the table here.
See, that's the crazy part too, and that's why I've been telling people to watch the TV show The Expanse, the sci-fi network TV show, is because I feel like where the story is going in Starfield, or could potentially go, is I don't know if I should say similar, but along the same lines. Okay, I mean that still is similar, right? Wow, that was stupid. But I feel like if you say similar, it's almost like you're saying it's exactly the same. And I'm not trying to say that. It's just it goes along the same lines as the story of the Expanse. And I don't want to give spoilers away of the Expanse or anything, because I think it's a really good show and worth watching. But when it starts getting to a moment of potential alien technology, I'll just put it that way, is where I see the similarities between this game and the Expanse. So if you've never watched the show and you're trying to get ready for Starfield, I would strongly recommend watching the Expanse. Let's see. RSJ fan says, are the settlements the only places that have the anime art style? Probably not. Jojo Narok says, I seen it and was like, dinosaurs cool. Then I played it and regretted everything that led to that moment. Earlier in the chat, Jojo Narok said he was playing Ark and he was trying to figure out how to drink water, but he was standing in water and he died because he couldn't figure out how to drink it. I thought that was hilarious. Jojo Narok says it's going to lead into Halo and the creation of the Flood. Hey, I'm all for that. This was a massive prequel. Shoot. This whole artifact was just a mini Halo. Shoot. Let's get it.
Oh my god. Look at how it's coming together. That means there's a set built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
It's definitely an eclectic cast of characters. You've got Sarah Morgan, the ex-soldier and adventurer, now Constellation's leader. Mateo, the theologian who believes that there's definitely something else out there. Noel, the gifted scientist and Sarah Morgan's protege. And Walter, a very successful businessman in the settled systems and Constellation's financier.
Anything goes as long as you have the money.
There's also Vlad, the ex-pirate, Sam Coe.
So RSJ fan says this art style that's on right now. I don't know if I would call this art style anime, but I see what you're saying. I mean, I feel like this is the art style primarily throughout the game. Not just the, you know, like the intro or anything like that, or the cutscenes, but I pretty much feel like this is the art style throughout the game. Yeah. If that's what you mean, I'm right.
The former space cowboy and Barrett.
You know what I hate about these pirates? Completely resistant to my otherwise irresistible charm.
The journey you take with Constellation is just the first of many you'll embark on. The Settled Systems is home to all kinds of different stories, people, and adventures for you to uncover.
I can't wait for this game. Oh my gosh.
The United Colonies is where you'll find New Atlantis, the first major human settlement in space. The people who live here value law, discipline, and the legacy of humanity. They consider themselves the true children of Earth.
You ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, even get your citizenship?
So the anime art style you were talking about was in the YouTube videos that have been played. Oh, got you. You were talking about the Starfield shorts. So I didn't know what you meant specifically. I hope they continue those anime shorts, or even do something like Cyberpunk Edge Runners on Netflix, where they can do a like a short anime series based on Starfield. I think that would be awesome. And even if they didn't release it on something like Netflix, if they could just do something like that for YouTube in general. I absolutely love those anime shorts. I don't know if you saw the beginning of the stream, but I was actually, while I was playing the intro music for the podcast, I was playing, I found a video. Somebody took all 3 episodes so far and put them as like one supercut of a video. And so I was looping that at the beginning of the podcast. Yeah, I think those anime shorts are super, super dope. I hope to see more in the future. Yeah, definitely. I hope to see more in the future.
New Atlantis
Sorry for the
isn't
confusion.
the only city within the United Colonies. The city of Sidonia on Mars to this day serves as the largest mining facility for the United Colonies. Beyond the United Colonies' reach, you might find yourself in a much more wild and independent coalition of star systems. This is Freestar Collective Space.
Freestar Collective Space. That's like these are some of the areas, like some of the places that I want to find, because I'm really curious as to some of the side stories that you can get engaged in, some of the characters you can meet, or just even some of like the cool places you can explore, because I really want to take a lot of photos in this game. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm one of those people who likes photo mode. But yeah, like but places like this, they always intrigue me. I don't know why.
The capital of the Freestar Collective is Aquila City.
The Stone Root Inn is an Aquila City fixture.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a drink here. Yep, I'm gonna have to take a couple of shots in this place.
A ranger relies on judgment and intuition to do what's best for the people.
Neon started out as a fishing platform, but is now known.
Now, Neon, I cannot wait to visit this place, because if you're a cyberpunk lover, this is the place you're gonna want to go to.
Throughout the Settled Systems as a pleasure city where almost anything goes.
If you've got morality issues, this definitely isn't the job for you.
Ryujin is hiring the best and brightest of today for our future tomorrow.
Everyone has been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Try not to get yourself killed, all right?
Outside the bounds of civilized space, there are still plenty of unclaimed systems to explore, but these areas are also home to the most hostile factions in the galaxy.
The great serpent hungers. All heathens shall be made dust in time.
A new face. Is this the face of a brave runner here to challenge the Red Mile?
They think the galaxy is theirs. They are wrong. It belongs
The only thing I'm hoping for is that I don't feel overwhelmed by anything in the game. Oh, it's gonna happen.
In Starfield,
but
we're pushing our
you're gonna get overwhelmed in the game. I guarantee you. There's gonna be so much to do and so much you want to do. You are gonna be overwhelmed. But the fun about a Bethesda game like this is you're not supposed to rush through it. You know what I mean? Take your time, make your own choices, live within this world. Don't just, don't just feel like, but I got to do this and I got to do this and I got to do this. Do what you want to do. That's the beauty of a game like this, is absolutely doing what you want to do. Shout out to Maker of Chaos for the subscription. I just saw the notification right now. What up, brother? But yeah, it's going to be overwhelming until you remind yourself, take your time. This game is meant to be played not just till the end of the year, not just until next year. It's supposed to be it's meant to be played over the next God knows how many years, to be honest with you. It's a game you're supposed to come back to and pick back up on your story when you feel ready, when you feel like it. This is a game you literally build a life in. You know what I'm saying? And then if you just want to go through the campaign and the story, then that's fine too. But even then, if you just want to shoot through the campaign, take your time. You know what I mean? Don't feel like you have to do everything at once or have to understand everything at once. I feel like this game is it's meant to be taken at the player's pace, if that makes any sense. Hey, what's up, Maker? Shout out to Maker of Chaos 12. We got to get you back on the stream again. You know what I'm saying? Miss you, brother. Hope all is well.
Cities and settlements further than we ever have before. It's all there, waiting for you. A slice of humanity's future.
So, ready to get out there?
Throughout the galaxy, there are so many things to see
and stories to experience. But the most important story is the one that you tell. I'm the type of person who spends hours in character creation, and I think people are going to be really excited when they see all of the improvements we've made.
One of the biggest overhauls was done through our character generation system. We scanned a wide range of faces from different age groups and ethnicities, and by mixing and matching all that data, we were able to create highly detailed and diverse characters.
We use that exact system to create all of the characters and NPCs you're going to see in the game. So any character you see almost always is a character you could make yourself.
Hey, come on, come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
Give me 1 second. I need to grab my charger cord real quick. This is the part though that I'm one of the parts I'm super excited about. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Oh my god. My dog barking. Yeah. Okay. Just need to grab my charger cable. Sorry about that. Let's continue.
You start your character creation journey as though you're cycling through employee records. You'll pick from a lineup of 40 presets, and that'll be your starting point. Your journey from there can be as detailed or as quick as you want it to be. This new system has more to offer than ever before.
It's also the simplest character generation system we've ever had. We let the player get as close as possible to make whatever they want. With the various facial morphs you can blend together, the dermesthetic and makeup, blemishes, scars, piercings, teeth settings. It's a lot, but I think it's the most fun to use.
Character creation is more than just how you look. This is also where you start to decide who you want to be. That's where backgrounds come in.
Okay. So backgrounds. Jojo, if you're still here, this is the part that I really want you to pay attention to, because I feel like this is some of the mechanics in the game that could help influence you to want to dive deeper into Starfield.
Backgrounds give you a bit of backstory and start you out with 3 basic skills.
From chef to Dusty. You know, the crew still has a betting pool about which restaurant critic you must have crossed to wind up here.
What's great about backgrounds is you never know when yours is going to come in handy. You could be in the middle of a fancy restaurant talking to some guy, and suddenly you learn he needs a beast hunter to help track down a monster.
Fine. I probably should stick to professionals anyway, given what happened the last time.
We're also giving you the option to customize your build even further by letting you pick up to 3 traits. Traits are completely optional, and they come with their own advantage.
Okay, so let's look at these traits really quick. Some of the ones that they're showing. Let's see. Alien DNA, Dream Home, Empath, Extrovert, Freestar Collective Settler, Hero Worshipped, Introvert, Kid Stuff, Neon Street Rat, Raised Enlightened, Raised Universal, Serpent's Embrace, Spaced, Taskmaster, Ferra Firma, United Colonies Native.
Advantages and disadvantages. You could choose to meet your biggest fan.
This shit's hilarious. Oh my god.
He'll join your crew and he'll give you gifts if you're willing to put up with this.
Welcome everybody to the stream.
I can't believe I get to stand near you, breathing the same air.
I've got to have every molecule.
This is so funny to me.
Is kid stuff. You have to pay some credits to support your parents, but they're very sweet and it's really fun to go visit them.
Honey.
Okay, so I have a question about this. Game Tech Planet, you're in the chat, right? I have a question about this. I actually want to add this as one of my traits because I think it would be cool to have, you know, parents you can go and visit within the game. You know, I want to create 2 different characters and have one of them have this trait, right? So here's my question. Depending on how you design your character, on how you create your character, is that going to change how your parents look? You know what I mean? Because, like, if I create a black character, Like, is it going to change how these NPCs look in game? You know what I mean? Or do I get to choose like my parents' ethnicities? You know what I mean? Or do I get to say like I'm adopted? Or like is it going to be that detailed? Maybe I'm thinking too much about it. But it was something that I thought about because it's like, okay, you're giving us this trait where we have parents in the game, but we're all getting to design our characters very differently. So do our parents reflect off of that? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we got ourselves a visitor.
Oh my god!
I came across some hostile zealots in space, but because I had chosen a trait that made me the same religion as them, I was able to get by without any issues.
That's really
There's
cool.
another great one that gives you a damage buff when your health is low, but mercenaries will randomly show up and try to kill you. No matter what you choose, there will be plenty of ways for you to tell your...
We got Colton Brummel up in here, or does the religion traits change them? That is also very true. That is a very good question, because with a game as deep as this game is supposed to be from what we're understanding, that is a very good question. Like, when you create your character, do your parents in the game, do the NPCs change based off of how you create your character? And then on top of that, do your parents' beliefs or dialogue or just how they act or how they dress or how the home looks, does that change based on religion or preferences? That's a very good question. That is and if that is the case, that's wild. That would be really wild to me. That's a good question, Colton. What's up? Welcome to the chat, Colton. Hope you hit that subscribe, give a like, tell your friends where we at.
Your story. And if you want to remove a trait, there are ways to do that too.
What a view! It's a feast for the eyes. Off we go to another adventure.
We'll let you discover that on your own.
That's funny. Starfield.
Once you've built the perfect character, that's when your journey can really begin. We took what we loved about skills and perks from our previous games and put them together to create an all-new skill system. Each time you level up, you get a skill point, which can be used to unlock or rank up skills.
I think we all understand that.
Completing challenges associated with that skill. Challenges become increasingly difficult as you work your way to higher ranks. With our 5 different skill trees and 4 ranks per skill, there's a lot to choose from.
I like the Xenosociology skill because it lets you mind control aliens.
Boost pack out of the gate. I'm boost packing everywhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that too.
I like maxing out my physical tree so I can get neuro.
This is so dope.
My way through combat.
This is so dope. I feel like JoJo needs this. I feel like JoJo needs
Invest in the skills that suit your playstyle.
I'm very much a stealth player. So, I'm out there pickpocketing everyone. My favorite part about being stealthy is slowly creeping through vents like you're in a movie and then jumping out and springing on people.
Whenever possible, I like to talk my way through situations.
This area's off limits. Fine, I'll issue you an access card.
I'm more of a run and gun player. I like doing the death from above thing where I boost pack over guys and I throw landmines at them. I like blowing stuff up.
Oh. Like, look at that. Come on. Like, keep this in mind, okay? Keep this in mind. All right? Look at this. Wait, my camera's not even on. Holy shit. Look at this. Okay? Realize that right now this character is on a planet and you see a big ass Saturn looking planet outside of the atmosphere above him in the sky, right? And you can go to that shit. Like, what?
Exploration is a key aspect of all our games. In Starfield, there are full star systems with new life, resources, and adventures. Our team worked hard to strike a balance between fun and realism. We studied data from NASA and a multitude of other sources to help us make the world feel believable.
That's insane.
From the way we approached planetary atmospheres to the way we placed biomes based on the planet's distance from the sun. Once we had created a grounded world, we could start looking at all the things that make that world fun. When you leave a planet and head into space, you'll be navigating asteroid fields, having chance meetings with interesting strangers, dogfighting in space, and exploring derelict ships.
See, that's one thing I really want to do. If they're gonna show it later in the direct, but when he was saying you know you can explore derelict ships, like when you're just going through space and you find a ship that's just floating through space, you know, there's no life signs or no activity or whatever, so you go to like explore it and find out. That's some creepy ass shit, you know what I'm saying? But that's also just so freaking cool, you know, that you can do something like that in this game. And the other thing they're going to mention later in the video is how, you know, there's like different places you can visit, obviously, but there's different ships within the galaxy, like party boat type ships, where you can just go dock and just, you know, go have a good time, or go, you know, explore a side story randomly out of nowhere, or do some trading or whatever. And I just think little things like that, like it's not just planets we can go to, but like a space station or you know, a big huge like boat type ship that's just, you know, in the middle of space, you know, taking people around, or like a derelict spaceship that's just you know, it's been destroyed or not operational anymore for whatever reason, and there's a mystery behind it. I think that's just so intriguing, and I can't wait for things like that to explore.
It's all out there.
Look at that.
It's about rewarding your curiosity, because whether it's on the surface of a planet, the alleys of a city, or the vastness of space, you never know what you'll find.
Oh, shipbuilding, here we go.
Space exploration is possible thanks to your ship. Your ship is almost like having another character or home you can make all your own. I think you'll be blown away by the amount of stuff you can do. You can buy a ship.
I'm sure you can find something you like.
Customize and upgrade that ship.
That's so cool.
And hire a crew to keep it up and running.
Like you can, let's go, hold on. Let me go back to that.
Or home you can make all your own. I think you'll be blown away by the amount of stuff you can do.
Like, watch this real quick.
You can buy a ship.
I'm sure you can find something you like.
Customize and upgrade that ship.
So look at that. All these little individual pieces to customize your ship. You know what I'm saying? Like you have these bottom parts, you have these top parts. You know, if you look over here, like on the backside where I guess the engines would be, all these little different components that are attached to each other. This is you customizing your ship. That's insane, that level of detail. And I think that's freaking amazing, because a lot of people are going to want to design their ships very differently. And as you're going to see in a moment, how you design your ship on the outside really does dictate how it looks on the inside, and how you're able to explore your own ship on the inside, let alone all the ships that you have.
And hire a crew to keep it up and running.
Hope everybody's enjoying the stream. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like, and stay dusty. Let's get it.
Every spaceport has a ship technician where you can purchase, sell, and modify ships.
Anything I can help you with?
Maybe you start off with a speedy fighter that's perfect for bounty hunting. Then you might round out your ship roster with a hulking space freighter to run cargo missions, or even do a little smuggling. For now, though, we're going to take our starting ship, the Frontier, and make some changes. You can customize and upgrade everything you see here, and you have two ways to do that. You can quickly upgrade individual systems like your weapons or shields, or you can deep dive and enter the shipbuilder mode. Here you can change anything, from the systems to the look and layout. Adding a new habitat module can give you more room for crew. Adding cowling can change your ship's overall silhouette. An improved grav drive allows for longer distance space jumps. You can even fully customize your paint job to get the exact look you want.
Like, look at
The
that.
parts
That's
you
so
choose to build
sick.
with don't just affect your ship's stats. They'll also affect what you can do inside your ship. You can have modules for crafting, or for storing and displaying your weapons. Starfield's in-game ship manufacturers bring their own look and feel to every piece of your ship.
That's so...
From living
Oh,
quarters
gosh.
to cargo holds, mess halls,
I'm
and
melting.
control rooms.
Colton says, yeah, I think the shipbuilding will be difficult from scratch, but to modify an existing design would be easier. I agree. And I think I believe that at the start of the game, when you're focusing on the shipbuilding aspect, like whatever part of the beginning of the game that is, I believe that it'll have you first customize the ship you start with. And then as you get the hang of it, it'll somehow encourage you to modify your own ships and whatnot. And as complex as it is, I have this feeling that it's going to, like the tutorial side of it is going to make it simple to understand. At least I hope. I don't know. I'm hoping. But regardless if it's confusing or not, I do agree that it'll be a lot easier to customize ships that are pre-built as opposed to starting from scratch. But once we get the hang of it, man, building ships from scratch is going to be... Oh, man. I'm going to have like pictures of like different ships that I want to build in front of me so that as I'm like building it as close as possible to that, I can like constantly like reference. Because yeah, like I mean, I know how certain ships look like off the top of my head, like nothing, but there's some ships where... Because I want to try to build something that looks like the Bebop from the anime Cowboy Bebop. But I know that the way that ship is shaped, that's going to be kind of difficult. So hopefully we get that done.
Our modified Frontier is a practical ship, but with a little creativity, your ship can look like almost anything you want.
It's a bit odd, but one of my favorite ways of customizing ships is...
I like this.
I make them look like animals.
That's actually a good way to try to
The
build a
HMS
ship.
Platypus, as I called it. Where it had a giant tail to it. And we've done spiders, we've done mechs. So it's really whatever
That's so
your
awesome.
imagination is.
And while you can build your home among the stars the way you want to, you're probably not the only person who will call your ship home.
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
Engines ready.
The Frontier is fueled and ready, Captain.
Some of the members of Constellation can join you on your journey. These companions can serve on your crew, and they'll always be there when you travel.
We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Each companion comes with their own valuable skills for your ships and outposts, as well as unique quest lines. Eventually, some friendships might blossom into romance.
I don't know that I've ever really loved anyone except you.
And if you're looking for a little extra help on your ship, you can always hire additional crew at spaceports.
Got any room on your ship for someone like me?
That's so cool.
You'll also meet potential crew members out in the world.
Still think there might be a spot for me on your ship? I gotta get
See,
off
like,
this
okay.
rock.
Isn't that cool? Like you go explore like a moon or a barren planet or something, and you just find somebody like that. That's just like he's lost, he's abandoned, or something went wrong, and he has nowhere to go. He's stuck on this rock, and you find him and bring him as a part of your crew. That type of exploration too, I think, is super dope. I really like that aspect. Because that also makes you wonder what kind of people you'll find like that. You know what I mean? Especially if there's a lot of barren planets. Just because there's supposedly nothing on those planets, you're still bound to find something.
And crew to your ship or outposts, and their unique skills will affect how they run.
Once again, hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Which you're catching the replay or catching the live,
like
you know the vibe.
Most crew members
hit
can
subscribe,
lend a
give a
hand in the
like.
field. Take Bosco, for instance.
He's designed around the core basics of a NASA machine.
Please avoid getting shot. You might die.
I still wanted to give it almost a humanoid personality, so I elongated the limbs. This tends to make him feel more human-like and give him a little personality.
It is a shame exploration requires so much bloodshed.
Using the shipbuilding tools and crew selection features in Starfield, you'll be able to build and captain the ship of your dreams. And now, let's take to the sky.
Unique weapons. Yeah, that is very true. Like crafting your own weapons and or modifying them. I didn't even think about that. That is true, yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Can I go back to that real quick? Just look at this real quick. Like, that's insane. I don't know. That looks insane to me.
In the cockpit of your very own spaceship and telling you that you can do pretty much anything. And that is really cool for us as developers. Spaceflight should be exciting and dangerous, and you should feel like you're in complete control every step of the way. We've extended that sense of control to ship combat. It's not about just hitting your triggers to fire your weapons. It's a complex dance between your piloting skills and our power allocation system. Boosting power to your engines will make your ship faster. Powering up the ground drives will shorten the amount of time it takes before you can make a jump. And moving your power to your weapons and shields means you're ready for a fight. You should always be on your toes because you're not alone out there. Unlocking the targeting control system skill will allow you to zero in on specific subsystems of the ship you target. After destroying an enemy ship, you can loot the remains from your cockpit. You can always turn any ship that engages you into scrap. But you can also take a more personal approach by docking with
this
the
is
vessel
dope right
and
here.
boarding their ship. Once you've taken control of an enemy ship, it's yours. Add it to your fleet and retrieve it at any spaceport. But space is way more than fighting for your life.
Ah, that is awesome. I can't wait for
There are
that.
plenty of sights to see and stops to make on the way to your next adventure. Like these
here we go.
star yards.
Yep. Oh, I love this. These star yards, like for me, I think of Star Trek and maybe Babylon 5 when it comes to star yards like this. Mostly Star Trek though. But exploring places like this, that is super cool. And you're going to see like the space boat or whatever soon. That's something that I want to try to find because I'm just so curious as to just the different paths. I don't know. I know I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I'm just so freaking excited for this game.
Walk the halls, talk to the crew. Maybe
you're excited,
hit
the like button.
Ship.
A civilian in my star yard. Let's see about getting you a proper ship, one worthy of you.
Maybe you'll dock with a gigantic battleship, like the UC Vigilance. Or rub elbows with the galaxy's wealthy elite on a cruise.
Thank you so much, Colton, for the sub.
There
That's
are
what's
plenty
up.
of personal encounters to be had as well. You can
I should probably put like sub alerts or something.
Trade, swap info, or maybe even commit an act of piracy.
Let's do this.
When I'm playing, I generally go crazy. I definitely go like the more piracy routes. I want to take over ships. I'm gonna board ships. I'm like, this is now mine. I steal all the sandwiches and put them, you know, in my cargo hold that I have specifically for
Jojo.
sandwiches. I don't want to play the hero, but I want to go out and just start taking things from people as quickly as possible.
Some strangers might be looking for a little human connection in the darkness of space.
Hello, stranger. I just finished cooking up some food. If you want to come on over, just pop on by.
Some of the best moments are the ones you discover on your own. The thing I love most about Starfield is that it is a Bethesda game through and through. It's really about going to strange new places, meeting interesting people, and getting sidetracked on zany adventures. Then, realizing 2 hours later that you're involved in a completely new story.
You're human. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
That DNA is so present here. It's in our random encounters, it's in our handcrafted quests, and it feels so cool to play it and just make your own path in this universe. There are over 1,000 planets out there, just waiting for you to visit. We want you to feel like explorers, breaking ground on new planets, exploring every inch of a mostly untouched galaxy. We want you to feel hopeful. We want you to feel this sense of awe and wonder, and sometimes a little fear. We're giving you
All
a
these space
massive
battles look
playground and a ton
awesome.
of toys, and just setting you free.
Hey everybody, we've shown you so much stuff, but we thought we'd just take a little break and show you something
If
a
you
little bit different. You
if
know, we
anybody
put so much
has
detail into our
purchased
game
the
world, and
Constellation
we love the
edition
opportunity
of
to bring
Starfield,
that into
put a
the
1
real
in the
world
chat
with our
or leave a
collector's
1 in the
editions.
comment section if
And
you're
for
watching the
this
replay.
game, we've done a watch.
I wish I could have gotten this edition. I want that watch so bad.
This is the watch that you actually get in the game that acts as part of your HUD, where it's the compass and then environmental information. It connects to your phone to give you notifications and other
We'll think of this as
information, and we've
a
also
quick
designed this
intermission
really
while I grab
cool
some water.
case
Give
that
me
it
1
comes
second.
with, Eastfun.
Yeah, we really took as much care and designed this case as we did to watch. Our attention to detail in the game totally translates to this. Inspired by the cases that the astronauts used during the Apollo era to bring back samples from the moon. It's got an intricate locking mechanism, authentic, heavy, comes with a Constellation patch, native strap, and the overall functionality and believability of this as something that would exist in the world, in the Starfield universe.
Oh, and hey, take this. You'll find it very useful out there, and it even tells the time.
We actually have something else. Now that we're part of Xbox, we get to work with the amazing people on the Xbox hardware team, and together we have created this custom limited edition Starfield controller. It's awesome. It is now, you know, our favorite controller.
We love this because it's inspired by the actual controls of your spaceship. And not only that, we've created the first ever custom headset with Xbox. And this is a perfect pairing with that controller.
Control, this is Constellation Starship Frontier. Ready to start on your signal.
That is a beautiful controller, not gonna lie.
Steady till ready. Coordinates input. Plotting jump course.
Yes. I am drinking a Capri Sun. Nobody judge me.
In every one of our games, we always put so much care into all those little details that breathe life into our worlds. But Starfield isn't just a Bethesda Game Studios world, it's a Bethesda Game Studios galaxy. So why go this big with Starfield? Because we want to give you freedom on a galactic level. The freedom to experience both the exciting planets and the quiet ones. Scanning a planet before you land is a great way to get a sneak peek at the available resources you can use for crafting, building, and customizing.
I think what's cool about this whole system that we generate the planet itself as a procedural content, but the handcrafted content itself comes as the player explore. Our system builds a planet as the player approaches it. We stitch together a block of terrain.
So a lot of people online were hating on procedural generation, and all I gotta say is for a game like this, and I believe No Man's Sky and whatnot, blah blah, suck it. That's all I really gotta say about it. Because I mean, if you're looking at this, like, who cares about procedural generation? Like, I think it's going to be absolutely amazing, unless there's like horrible bugs in the game. Obviously, yeah, but I mean, it's Bethesda, but I think the procedural generation is going to be freaking amazing. The one thing I'm looking forward to, and that I kind of want to do, because like Game Tech Planet in the chat, he's gonna be playing Starfield as well. I know he's working on his video for GeForce Now. Excuse me. Wow. For tomorrow morning. But if he's still in the chat, I know what I would like to do is, depending on how far both of us get in the game, I would like for us to try to find the same planet, try to land in the same vicinity, but see if the planet at all is anything the same. You know what I mean? Just one time, I just want to try it because of the procedural generation stuff. But I think that would be really, really interesting to see how different a planet gets created for him as opposed to for me or anybody else for that matter. I will be live streaming this on the channel. I will be live streaming Starfield, and when Forza Motorsport comes out, I will be live streaming that as well. I'll try to go back and forth. But that is something that I'd like to add to the channel. It's going to be a new segment to G-Wave TV called Game Pass Nights, kind of like Boogie Nights, you know, give it a little flair. But it'll be fun, you know, we'll just play some different games that are in Game Pass, you know, on different nights and whatnot, and just have a good time and hang out and chat and chill. Yeah.
After that, we have the system that adds interesting locations for the player to explore, creatures to encounter, ore and plants to pick up. It allows us to add that touch of environmental storytelling that Bethesda is known for.
Aggressive creatures have been disrupting our experiments. Their habitat isn't far from here. If you could take care of them for us, we would be in your debt.
So even if your friends were to visit the same planet that you had, you would have a different story to tell.
It's completely up to you how you want to interact with each planet, whether you want to explore and see what you can find.
Oh my god, I hope Starfield comes to GeForce Now day and date. Please let it come to GeForce Now day and date. That RTX 4080 tier with this,
and discover exotic wildlife.
If you have the skills, you can even figure out that certain creatures and plants, you can build an outpost and produce resources from those plants and animals. You can get experience and rewards for fully surveying planets and fully surveying a whole system.
When we were
I
concepting
want
these
to.
creatures, we really wanted to
So
think of
this
them as
planet
natural.
right here, they show it earlier. Oop, damn it. Hold on.
Surveying planets and fully surveying a whole system.
They show it. There we, I missed the lighting. Anyway, they show this same planet in the beginning of the direct when they're showing a bunch of the different planets and they're like going and they're kind of like doing a slow pan through different ones. They show this one. I want to find this one because something about like when I saw that first shot earlier in the direct with the lightning and everything and just the way the land looked, something about this planet, I gotta find it. I want to explore it. I want to build an outpost here. It's just very intriguing to me. I don't know why. Like all of the planets they've showed so far and all of the views and everything, all of it has been very, very beautiful, very intriguing. Like I gotta explore it all. But this one is one of the planets I'm like, okay, I gotta find this one. What is the planet that has this weather, this lightning, these animal things?
When we were
I gotta know.
concepting these creatures, we really wanted to think of them as natural to the environment. We didn't want alien monsters. We wanted native wildlife. Something you've never seen before.
When it comes
Like
to
animals
our
native to
exteriors,
the land.
when
I
the
love
sun
that.
moves, all that light is calculated in real time through the atmosphere. Our biggest
That's
goal
ridiculous.
for lighting with Starfield was to make the game feel more filmic, to use lighting and color to really make it feel more cinematic.
That's why I don't mind the 30 frames for right now on the console. For now. I need to see how it looks. But I feel like cinematically speaking, it could be a beautiful experience. It could be. We'll see. Like all of this is explorable. All of this is explorable. That's crazy to me.
After some exploring, you can find a spot to set up a base camp. Outposts can be built almost anywhere on any planet. And the habitat modules come in all shapes and sizes, filling all
So
different
this is-
purposes. You can even live in them. Assign crew and companions to work at your outposts for added bonuses and set up extractors to harvest resources while you're away.
Something cool we have this time is we have a new fly cam where you can toggle between
Yes.
on-foot building, or you can now use a top-down isometric camera, which helps plan out larger parts of the outpost and placing those larger halves. So that way you can
I love that because like for somebody who likes like me that likes city building games, when it comes to building your outpost, I love this top-down aspect of it because you know, if you're building it from like regular view, it's weird and you can't really see all of the land the way that you need to see it. So to be able to build it like this is just thank you for adding that detail. Like, you know, I know they've had so much overhauls to this game. And they say that in the direct and whatnot, like they overhauled this, they overhauled that and whoop de whatever. But I just think that's so freaking awesome that they added that aspect for the building and whatnot, because for someone like me, that's going to definitely make it a whole lot easier of how I envision the layouts of each of the outposts on the different places I settle. So
really plan your structures and what the overall feel.
there is one thing I want to do, and it's kind of like a Mandalorian Baby Yoda type of thing, but I kind of want to find one kind of like a planet like this, but a desert-ish barren planet, and just build a tiny outpost. But it's just like a tiny outpost where I just have a couple of drinks. I just sit out on the porch and just look into the distance and have a couple of thoughts. You know, it's a place I go to when I need to think, you know, or when I just need to get away from everything else and I just need to be alone. And maybe I have a companion that's like a little baby Yoda. Who knows?
Feel of your outpost is.
Little
and then when you're on
Grogu
your
for me, you
feet,
know what I'm saying?
You can really decorate and fine-tune things much easier.
Once again, hope you guys are enjoying the stream or the podcast episode. My bad. Hit subscribe, give a like. Let's keep it going.
Add crafting and research stations in your outpost to utilize any resources
Here we go. So Colton Colton Bramal said, you know, it would be cool for customization of like weapons and like and crafting and stuff like that. So here we go. Pharmacology. Wow, I'm butchering. Food and drink, outpost development, equipment, weaponry. So here you go.
Or already have.
Mod your weapons to adapt them to your playstyle. Different weapon sights and scopes, larger magazines, a selection of grips and barrels, different ammunition like explosive rounds. All you stealth players out there will surely need a suppressor. You can also choose to go hands-on with melee weapons.
I think it's always a delicate balance between like what's realistic, what's sim, and what's Hollywood. And I think we sort of err on the side of like what's fun for the player.
With Starfield, we've completely overhauled our combat. It's more dynamic, the animations are more fluid. It just feels great.
We probably have more mods and more weapons in this game than I want to say any other game we've done before. There's a lot of variety.
That's exciting.
Upgraded gear is just one of the many factors to pay attention to when engaging in combat. You may need to switch things up based on your environment. Gravity is different for each planet, and boost packs are excellent for getting around. And for giving you an edge in combat. Sometimes you'll even feel like you're flying. Zero gravity environments pose a different challenge. Firing a ballistic weapon in zero G will actually push you backwards. Energy weapons, on the other hand, offer a more stable shooting experience.
That's so cool.
We also have mag weapons. These are high-powered electromagnetic induction ballistic arrays.
Like, I don't know if you guys saw it earlier in the direct, but there's a moment where it shows the player going through, like, exploring one of the areas, and all of a sudden, like, he starts going up because of the gravity and whatnot. To be able to engage in different moments like that, like one moment you're just walking through. Somebody else said this in their video too. But one moment you're walking through, and the next moment the gravity's turned off, and the combat and the situation and everything in front of you has all of a sudden changed because of no gravity. And I think an aspect like that is so fantastic, because one of the things I love in the TV show The Expanse is they do a very, very good job of showing what the actors look like or are supposed to look like in zero gravity, and whatnot. They do a very, very good job at that. So to be able to have that aspect in this game, it just makes it even more realistic. You know what I mean? Like, you would expect that in a game like this, for that type of aspect to be there. And if it wasn't there, somebody would think sooner or later that that was weird. Maybe even me. So I think just to make sure that that aspect is in there for the gameplay and for the combat and exploration, I think that's absolutely phenomenal. You know, like I said, what if you find an abandoned ship and you go to explore it, but there's no gravity on the ship. So in order to explore the entire ship, you have to go through zero G. I think that's absolutely it's just exciting to think about, you know, as far as being able to play. So I can't wait for that. It's gonna be awesome.
Each barrel has its own targeting laser and can dish out some serious damage.
That's insane.
Whether you want to get up close and personal with your own two fists, or you like more compact weapons like pistols and submachine guns, or maybe you prefer something bigger. Starfield's got you covered.
The combat looks really good to me, and it looks fun. Don't get me wrong, I do wish there was 2 to 3 player co-op. You know what I mean? Be able to be on a ship together and build a crew together and all that kind of stuff. Somewhere down the line, you know, that'll probably come, or somebody will create a mod for that on PC. Who knows? But regardless, like, for somebody who's not big into single-player story games, I cannot wait for this. Like, please. And this part, oof. So many questions behind this part.
Thanks again for being with us today. We are just so grateful that you've taken the time and spent it here.
You're welcome, God Howard.
There's a lot to take in. There's a lot to the game, even more than we could show here.
Punty says, yo, Punty came through. Thank you so much, brother, for being here. Much respect to you. Punty says, most people are gonna be lazy and customize an existing ship, which is fine. Yes, and I might be one of them. But that's only to get used to the building system and the mechanics of it and whatnot. But once I get the hang of it, oh, bruh. Actually, you know what, though? I might be so excited. I might just try something right off the bat. You know, just create my own ship, you know, and see what I can make. But yeah, like once I get the hang of it, I'm just going to be trying to customize all the live long. Like, oh my God, so excited. How are you, Punty Good Sa? RSJ fan says, I wish this game had co-op. Me freaking too. But I guess if you're going to play on PC, sooner or later there should be a mod for it. Just give me at least one other friend that I can explore the galaxy with. I think that would be awesome. Just one other friend. That's it. And it doesn't need to be 3-player co-op. It was at least 2. Sweet.
Here, you know, as we play it, we're always sharing these unique and special moments that only a game like this can bring. When I think about what makes it special, it really is the people here. This game is a reflection of the incredible,
appreciate you too,
passionate
Punty.
team that made it. All of them putting something special of themselves into it. So let's hear some of their favorite moments.
I love the way that...
As always, don't forget, hit subscribe, give a like, share the stream out with your friends, let them know where the new podcast is at. We up here, G-Wave TV, hosted by your boy, The Dusty. Let's get it.
Our final combination of all the new tech has come together to create some of the most beautiful sunsets and sunrises we've ever had in any of our games.
I love the creatures, the exploration, every biome is different. The word that comes to mind is vast.
I like to use our photo mode to take rock star photos.
I just love that constant feel of discovery and wow, I can't believe that there's more here.
I'm most excited about our outpost building systems.
My favorite part is every time you step out on a planet, it's a unique experience.
You spend all this time building your ship and you see it on the landing pad. These things are gigantic. It's the kind of thing that you just can't get anywhere else.
There's something about seeing a tower over in the distance and going, I know the gravity's low here. I think I can make that jump.
My favorite part is biomes, spaceships,
audio design,
planets, the day-night cycle.
Those details matter to me.
Diplomacy, exploration, freedom, the ending.
Basco, obviously.
I love the robot so much.
The incredible amount of worlds we created.
Sniper rifles, come on.
Lever action, rocket launcher.
Brain sprout. I love, but some people might find creepy. I don't know. I know it's right, Ben. The thing that I enjoy most about the game is the freedom to be who you want to be, do what you want to do.
See, that's cool. Like to find a planet or a place that has a beach like that, where you can just like your character can, you know, maybe go into his wardrobe on his ship or something or wherever and change into some board shorts and just go to the beach and relax for a little bit because it's a game about doing whatever the hell you want to do. Like, how cool would that be? You explore different planets, you raid some ships, you know, maybe you steal some and, you know, and all of that stuff. And then you go to a planet that you explored before that, you know, has a really nice beach and you just go for a little bit, just hang out, get some sun. Come on.
It's what you've come to expect from a Bethesda title, but on a much bigger scale.
On behalf of all of us, We can't wait for you to play Starfield and make your own special moments.
Let's go. Good luck, Constellation. You are go for launch.
So good. So good. So good. Man. All right. So let's do this real quick. Yep. All right. So that was the Starfield Direct. Thank you, everybody, for joining me for this podcast episode. This was something that I wanted to do when the Direct first dropped, but like I said, G-Wave TV was not fully up and running yet, so I waited. What I'm going to do before, I end this episode of the P.O.G. podcast is I will play the Starfield animated shorts. I was able to find somebody who made a supercut, and it's in 4K. Even though this episode is in 1080p here on YouTube, the quality of the video is in 4K, so hopefully that's better for the stream. Once again, thank you guys so much for being here for this revisiting of the Starfield Direct and breakdown or reaction, whatever you want to call it. I was trying to speak as if I've never really watched anybody else's videos or learned any other information about the game right now, but just wanted to give my off-the-cuff take just from a fan's perspective. You know what I mean? I'm your gamer's casual gamer, I guess you could say. I'm just somebody who loves video games and loves to play when I can and just has a fascination in them. I do, like I've said earlier, I do know some ins and outs of the industry and some technical things here and there that I've learned over the years, but at the end of the day, I'm just your everyday, fan. And I just love the advancement in software and hardware technology. And I just think that games like this coming out is just revolutionary. I do agree with the consensus that this will be the game of the generation and whatnot. But yeah, I just I can't wait to play. Let me know what you guys think, down in the comments once this live goes up for replay. What are you most excited about or looking forward to in Starfield? What are you hoping to get to the quickest, I guess, like whether it's shipbuilding or weapon customization or exploring or whatever it is. Just let me know in the comments. And let me know what type of character you want to be in Starfield. Do you want to be an outlaw? Do you want to be a hero? Do you want to be a bad guy, space samurai like Boom, and bring order to the galaxy or honor to the galaxy? What have you? Do you want to be a space cop? Do you want to be a full-fledged pirate? Whatever. Let me know in the comments. And yeah, once again, thank you everybody for being here. Like I said, whether you catch the replay or you catch the live, you know the vibe. Hit subscribe, give a like, and I'll see you guys next time. But before we get out of here, the Starfield animated. Thank you, everybody. You too, Punty. Thank you so much for being here. It means a lot, fam. Thank you so much, everybody, for being
Hard
here.
pivot to a piece of tech that I've been using actually
hello.
for a while.
Wow. Sorry, MKBHD. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. It was absolutely fantastic doing this tonight. I'm gonna leave you guys with a little bit of music, and I'll let you all out of here. Once again, please share this stream out, or the channel out, to everyone you know. Let's build the channel. We're on the road to 1K. We're about to hit 570 soon, or something like that. And I just cannot be any more thankful. This channel has gone through a lot of changes, and I'm just happy that it's finally getting somewhere. So yeah, once again, have a great night. Have a great weekend. And I will see you guys on Sunday with my special guest, Ray, from the gaming community, where we will talk some good old gaming and some news of the week. So stay tuned for that. I will post the upcoming thumbnail for that shortly. And yeah. See you guys. Have a great night. Peace.
you